Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Group Call. I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of SpeakerFocus.com, here with the team from Speaker Focus and also with the one and only Mr. Auston Troyer. We are here each and every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern to answer any and every question pertaining to growing your speaker business. Now, let's just get right into it, as you know how I like to do at the top of the hour, talking to you about your goals. Now, there's only one way that I can put this to you, that not only are we in a new season, as far as, fall is concerned and the weather is nice and crisp outside. I hope all of you had a very safe Halloween party. I hope you didn't get turned up too much, but it is back to business. And in the professional speaking industry, if you aren't excited about getting your goals wrapped up, finishing up all of your sales tools and your messaging, going into, which I predict is going to be the biggest year in the history of professional speaking. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. If you aren't excited about moving your goals forward, you're simply in trouble. Because I don't care how you started the year. I don't care what you thought you could control that you weren't able to. I don't care what your set of circumstances are. I don't care how many freaking distractions you've had. I don't care how many people you let talk you out of getting your work done, and you've been partying more than you've been working. I'm not here to judge you. What I am telling you is this, I'm telling you right now that it's all about how you manage these next 2 months. Is going to determine your product placement in the industry of professional speaking. And you do want your brand to be ready, because let me tell you the reason why. This is without a doubt going to be the biggest year possible. Whether or not you believe in getting vaccinated or not, I'm not here to argue with you. I don't have a political view on this. I don't give a damn. All I care about is your speaker business thriving like never before. And it has the opportunity to do that in 2022 if you buckle down, stop the bullshit, and make sure that you get all of your work done. I'm going to go to the chat box in a second. I appreciate all the shout outs. All I'm telling you is this, is that you have the opportunity to capitalize on something that is huge. These conference coordinators need you in the marketplace. See, you don't get onboarded in this coaching program unless you are already a subject matter expert, a leading authority, a trusted advisor, and also a specialist. So you already have the skill set in your niche. We're helping you develop those skills. You should be excited about what's getting ready to happen in 2022. I don't care how much vision you're lacking. I don't care how much you get in your own way, how much you try to tell yourself, I just can't see it yet. I don't understand how my speaker goals fit into the grand scheme of things. See, a lot of you, you're thinking about all the wrong things. You're focusing on things that don't even concern you right now of where you are in the game. All I want you to do is focus on one thing at a time. And right now, what I want you focusing on is the next 2 months. What are you going to do over the next 2 months that's going to put you in position to take over things in 2022? It's real simple. You want to be behind or you want to be ahead? It's a real simple question to ask. While you are contemplating finding time to do the homework assignments on the SpeakerFocus.com platform, I suggest you prepare yourself for the biggest year in the history of professional speaking. Let me explain to you why, in my professional opinion of 35, approaching 36 years as a professional speaker. And I am in keynote speaker format tonight for a reason. Number one, I've been producing content all day, which if you aren't dropping videos for your target buyer, helping them solve their problems and giving away more free information to anybody in your space, you're doing it wrong. Number one, I've been in content producer mode all day. Number two, I'm in keynote speaker mode. Because I suggest you get used to seeing this, because you're going to see it all over the globe. You're going to see the three initials called KTR, touring all over the world, because I am going to participate in the biggest wealth shift right along with you in 2022 and beyond. Now, here's the reason why the speaking industry is going to absolutely explode. Number one, this coming March 2022, which is not that far away, we are going to be approaching 2 years of basically going through the pandemic, being on lockdown. Whether or not they came up with a vaccination after a long period of time, no matter how you feel about the situation, this is like being on home detention. This is like having to stay after school for almost 2 years every single day. If you're a kid, it's been torturous. But the ones who have been smart, they've looked at this like, wow, this is an amazing opportunity. Because they've been working on their messaging, the sales tools, all setting up all the automation, launching their speaker business, tweaking things to make sure that they can dominate. Listen, I didn't get in the speaking industry so I could participate. I came to take shit over and dominate. And it's real simple. That needs to be your mindset. Service first, you're going to earn money second. Service first, earn money second. Now, those who can appreciate what I'm saying will understand what you should be doing over the next 2 months. Now is the time to tie up the loose ends, because the meeting planners tying up the loose ends, and they are going to have a different kind of outlook. It's going to be a jailbreak when 2022 rolls around. It's already starting. Don't go off of what you're hearing with your stupid ass friends. They don't understand. They're not an insider. Not only am I a speaking industry insider, I am a celebrity insider. I know what's going on in this industry. I know what people are talking about behind closed doors that you do not have. You don't sit in the privileged position to hear these kind of conversations. I'm the one helping them put the conversations together. So I know exactly what's going on. I can see the zeros rising in my bank account as I'm having these meetings with everyone. Now, here's what's happening. I'm going to give you enough so you can get off your ass and make a move and do something about your speaker business. But I'm not going to give you too much. Some of this is proprietary information, but I'm not going to give you the who's and the what's and the whens and the wheres, but I can tell you this. And this is a common theme throughout everybody that I'm speaking to. They're looking for more engagement. They're looking for bigger, better, faster, stronger signature programs that add value. They're looking for speakers who really understand the time that we're in and are sensitive to diversity and inclusion issues. They are sensitive to helping people understand why they're not moving. People are not still feeling good about themselves. We've been trapped in for almost 2 years. When this is finally over and the speakers who are ready, it's literally, listen to what I'm saying to you. I have to get close. I can't put it any other way. It's going to be like taking candy from a baby. That is an understatement. It's going to be like a robbery where you don't have to go to jail. It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. The ones who are prepared and ready to get the money, it's just going to be so easy to do it. The market is getting stronger and stronger every single day. I don't know how else to tell you, but many of you are so worried about all the wrong things. You're too busy looking at what everybody else is doing. You need to be focusing on your speaker business. You need to be focusing on your speaking career. I'm going to get to the questions, but I feel extra special. My jacket has got me feeling extra good today. So I figured I just set the tone of the conversation to let you know you got 2 months to get it in gear. I mean, listen, I know holiday time is approaching and your average person is thinking, oh, it's time to get turned up because I got Thanksgiving coming up. I got Christmas coming up. I got New Year's coming up. Okay, good for you. I just got an invitation for my first Christmas party. It's the first week of December, 4th, 5th, something like that. Great for you. You know what I'm focusing on for the rest of the year? Because I am going to take a couple weeks off before at the end of the year just to get ready for the beginning of the year. But I'm telling you that every kind of loose end that I have right now, and I'm wrapping up, and I got a list longer than my arm that I need to be working on. I got just enough time to get it all done because I'm going to be ready and prepared for the biggest explosion the speaking industry has ever seen. Are you? Is the question. Now, Let me get to the people in the chat box. I see people giving me some love here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm just going to say hey to everybody tonight because there's too many names in the chat box for me to be able to get to. I am going to go to questions, by the way, because Auston is not available this evening. So if any of you have any technical questions, please use support@speakerfocus.com. If you have any questions, by all means, raise your hand and I will go right in and answer them. Let me see. Shout out to everyone. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the nice comments about my jacket. I'm in performance mode today. I appreciate all of you. It's important that I love Alex. Alex said, I'm distracted by KTR's jacket. He said, on another note, let's finish the year strong. On a serious note, he said, let's finish the year strong. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it. Okay, I don't see anybody with the hands in the chat box yet. Okay, we got Kenneth Morton, first timer. Do you advise working with the Speakers Bureau? Okay, Kenneth, if you want me to answer that question, I see Antoinette had her hand up, but Kenneth had Kenneth had a question. Let me answer this question real quick. And then I'll be right with you. Kenneth, do you want to come on the chat so I can answer it there? I'm hitting allow to talk. Kenneth, are you there?
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
No, yes, sir. I hear you. Good evening.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, and your question is about speakers bureaus. Is that correct?
Yes. And I of course, you can't believe everything you hear, but some people recommend signing up, working with one. This is my first call, so if it's something that you have regularly covered, forgive me. But what are your thoughts? Is that even necessary or? Yeah.
First of all, no need for forgiveness on the Monday group call. I go over the same thing sometimes every week. I just address whatever question pops up, I'm going to address it. Sometimes I answer it in a different way. So yes, my personal opinion about speakers bureaus, I don't do any bureau work at the stage that I am in my career. I've done bureau work. I've done contract work. I used to work for the major public seminar companies, every last one of them, all the way across the board. Fred Pryor, Johnson & Wales University, SkillPath, Paget Thompson, and also National Seminars Group. And it's a couple other ones that I work for as well. When you're doing contract work or when you're doing work through bureaus, they control the marketing. Just remember that. So, Kenneth, there are many of our students. Matter of fact, I just got a call from Michael Towers today, one of our top coaching students. He's already moved through the program, already doing outreach. Michael is doing business with at least 2 or 3 speakers bureaus at the moment. He is currently registered with the largest human resource development speakers bureau in the country. Now, they liked him because he's a mental health professional. So he has a niche in the mental health space. That is all of our mental health professionals on our platform, Kenneth. All of them are getting work left and right because we're in a mental health crisis. The pandemic has caused effects that are going to last literally for decades. So mental health professionals, they are going to work. And the reason why they're going to work is because we haven't really dealt with the psychological or the mental aspect of the workplace properly. And we've just kind of brushed it up under the rug. We've dealt with peak performance and management issues and sales and marketing and a lot of other things, but we don't typically deal with the mental mindset of executives, frontline employees, and also mid-level managers. And the reason why that's happening is because they're focusing more on the profits and taking care of the employees. But let me tell you something. With wrongful termination suits at an all-time high, with corporate litigation at an all-time high, with turnover rates at unacceptable levels right now, we have a sedentary lifestyle. People are burnt out. They're frustrated. They don't feel welcome back into the workplace, especially women who are pregnant. LGBTQ plus community, you're talking about all the way across the board. These companies are overrun with challenges, setbacks, difficulties, limitations, deficiencies. They have a massive amount of dysfunction. So the mental health professional, Michael's at a huge disadvantage because he signed up with a speakers bureau who is at the forefront of servicing the need of a market who needs mental health professionals. So he's blowing up right now. He's getting speaking engagements left and right. I think he signed up with maybe 11 other speakers bureaus as well in that same space. A niche will help you out a lot when it comes to bureau work. Okay, Kenneth? So that's the good. Now, let me tell you about the bad and the ugly. You ready? Kenneth, you still there?
Yeah, I am. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm not telling you this to discourage you. My goal, remember, Kenneth, at the end of the day, we work for you. My goal is to shine the light on that road when you go down and to give you the best opportunity to see what you're supposed to see. My mindset, Kenneth, is see it and then do it. See it and then say it. See it and then execute. Don't go in blind. Now, when it comes to bureau, when you let them control the marketing, you let them control the lead. You let them control the way you're going to be getting business. When you solely rely on that speakers bureau and they decide one day where you're not hot anymore, like you don't have an Olympic gold medal hanging around your neck, or you're not Sully and you landed the plane in the Hudson Bay and you saved everybody. You're not a media darling, or mental health, or whatever the topic, the niche topic. Speakers bureaus are headhunters, and they are going to supply the market with speakers where there is a need. They're always going to be a lead for leadership speakers. But right now, mental health is looking real sexy. I'm talking about overly sexy right now because there is such a great need for it. One of our top coaching students, Tom Cronin just booked 28 plus speaking engagements. We helped them put together that deal with Amazon. Amazon is leading a global initiative for mental wellness. And Tom is at the forefront because he's a mental health professional. So, and now Tom does some bureau work every once in a while, but he's following the system that we taught him to be self-empowered. So the Speakers Bureau is not in control of your marketing machine. Kenneth, am I making sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you have the way I would say, if you have a niche, like Michael Towers has a niche, he is a mental health professional and he's working with an HR department. I mean, he's working with an HR bureau. They like what he had to offer. We taught him all the stuff that he needed to do. His landing page has everything on it. Sales tools, speaker video, demo, a very, very professional biography, and his speaker info kit, and all his topics are beautifully laid out there, well written. We taught him how to do every bit of that. Now, he's going to thrive in that market because of the space that he's in. If you're going to take bureau work, number one, understand that the bureau is going to strip off all of your branded content and information, and they call it being bureau friendly. They're going to put you on their website and they're going to control everything. They're going to bring the business to you. Now, the problem I have with that is I got to sit back and wait for you to do business with me. Again, if you're not hot and on their radar, that's what it's going to feel like. Or if you do get hot, and I've had this happen to me before, you get hot with National, Fred Pryor, Johnson & Wales. I had my side business going. I had everything working at the same time. I'm averaging 100 to 150 tour days a year. I did 152 tour days in 2007. I was balling with all of them. Now, what happens is when they decide that they want to slow down, now your business starts slowing down. If you have your own marketing machine built and it's automated, you have control over lead flow and lead generation. Am I making sense?
Yes. Yep.
And that's what we're going to teach you how to do in Module 5, Kenneth. Control the lead, build the marketing machine. And then as you're going to notice, when you show up on the group calls, you're going to see people starting to book speaking engagements left and right because they are in Module 5 and they are executing and they are doing outreach. I'm not against bureaus. I'm not against National Speakers Association. I'm not against Toastmasters. You just can't go to Toastmasters and National Speakers Association to learn about marketing. Like you can't expect the Speakers Bureau to be good at marketing you and your services and your brand to get you the booking where you get 100% of the revenue. They're headhunters. They're going to take their 10 or 20% either off the top of your fee, or they're going to take it from your fee. And if they're taking 20%, you're getting 5,000. Boom, they're getting 1,000 and you walk away with 4,000. If you're good with that, then do bureau work. If you're not good with it, build the marketing machine. It's totally up to you. I just don't want the rug to get snatched out from under you when they decide that they want to book someone else and you're not hot anymore, because we all get hot and then sometimes we're not. The only way to develop consistency and predictability is to build your own marketing machine, and then you can stay hot in this industry for the rest of your life, Kenneth. Any other questions?
No, that's good. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Kenneth. Great to have you aboard, man.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Okay, we're gonna go to, let me disable talking for Kenneth. We're going to go to Annette. I saw Annette's hand first. Rafa, I see your hand next. And also Roger, I see your hand as well. Annette, talk to me.
Hi, happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday. It's the 1st of November. We are in quarter number 4, beginning of new opportunities. Talk to me, Annette. What's your question?
New month, new beginnings. So, quick question. This is technical, but not that.
Yes.
So, when we have specific questions or reviews, so like I sent 1.2, right? Just to give the example, but I had, which was the creating the headline. Yes. But my mind started racing, and I even talked to one of our other members here, and I was just like brainstorming. So like one of the words transformation, but then a few other things came. So I sent you for the homework, I submitted like a list of them, one that I finally came to, but just so you could see my thinking process. Should that have gone to support so you could see it as opposed to the homework?
Yes. No. If you put it in school, that's fine. However, you should always submit anything for review, support@speakerfocus.com.
Okay. So
and as of this morning, early this morning, all support tickets were cleaned out over the weekend. So if you sent a new one, I haven't seen it yet, but if you do, send it there and I'll give you some feedback on your topics, all the marketing language, remember, and that it is very important that you take your time to put together your messaging properly. And I see way too many people on this platform, they rush this process. And when you rush it, I can tell. You understand? I'm talking hundreds of thousands of word sequences over my coaching career. I know what I'm looking at. I know exactly how to make your marketing language successfully, how to make your marketing language look successful to a meeting planner. I know exactly what they're looking for and how these signature programs need to be crafted so they have value. Now, if you follow the template in the signature program worksheet, and you follow the signature program template, you will have a successful outcome. If we go back and forth 2 or 3 times, once we get on the other side of it, you're going to be finished with your signature programs and you can move on to something else. If you're cloudy about the topics that you're supposed to be speaking about, go back and read the instructions, because when you do that, what it allows you to do is gain more clarity about what the main goal is of how to complete the signature programs. I just want you to get the ideas out and then let me give you some critiques and some feedback so we can improve it and make it better.
So, I uploaded a document because I had typed out like the suggestions and I sent that as homework. I'll take that same document and submit it as a support ticket too, so you could review it, because it was.
No problem. No problem. I'm willing to look at anything that you send over, but understand what the assignment is. You're talking about sending me something that I don't know if that sounds like it's part of the assignment, but perhaps you should put that inside, put those ideas from that document inside of the assignment. Put that inside of it, because if you're talking about creating headlines that work, headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions, put those ideas inside of the signature program template and fill out your bio formula and then send that back over so I can give you some feedback.
Okay.
Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just read the instructions and then fill out the template and send it over for review. That's how you know you're going in the right direction, not sitting over there wondering and guessing. Because the faster you get it to me, the faster we can get you some feedback, and then you'll know if you're going in the right direction, because I am going to be real specific in the feedback to say, do this, don't do that. The paragraphs are not descriptive enough. The bullets were too thin. You did it in first person, not third person. I'm gonna give you everything you need to be able to fix it if it needs fixing until we get it right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, that was it. That was it. Thank you.
No problem. Remember, follow the formula. It's proven. It works. That's the reason why we need you to follow it. And the system is set up so you can get the most results. I just want you to get the creative ideas out first. Send it over to us and we'll take it from there, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem. You have a great evening.
You too.
All right, let's see. Okay, Mr. Escobar is next. Roger Proussard is after that. Then we got BJ from Dream Justice coming up after that.
What's up, Kev?
Rafa, what's up, baby? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Can I be honest with you real quick?
Yes, sir.
Yo, that jacket's got me fired up, bro. I swear to God. I'm like, that's my guy. That's the energy I need to finish off the year, bro. That shit is fire.
Hey, Rafa, I appreciate it. This is from the KTR signature collection, straight out of my closet, custom made to fit. And let me share this with you, Rafa. When I woke up this morning, I literally felt like $1 billion. I said, okay, how am I feeling? What I thought about the content I need to produce. And I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go get $1 billion jacket. And this is this ensemble that I put together. So I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, thank you for leading the way, because those little details matter, especially as we present ourselves and how we feel. And, you know, because I'm telling you, it takes courage to wear something like that. And I see that through it. I'm like, you look like $1 billion, bro. I
appreciate it. Well, listen, you just got to do what you feel, man. Like I say that to everybody. Like, this is what I know for a fact. You know, this isn't about a competition. You know, fashion is about, you know, my sense of fashion always comes from, you know, how I feel. And if and this is the way I felt. I dress how I feel. Some days I feel like Coach KTR. So I got my baseball cap turned on to the side, and I got one of my Speaker Focus shirts on, or one of my KTR shirts on, one of my polo shirts on, or something like that. Yeah. Some days I feel like today I felt like a keynote speaker, literally all day, because I've been producing content, and I'm preparing myself for the marketplace. So I always let people know this, Rafa. Then I'll get to your question. It's not about trying to outdress other people. That's not what it's about. I feel that when you put on clothes that represent how you feel, that you are the best dressed person in that room. As long as you don't try to compete with other people. I don't put on outfits when I go to red carpet events or when I'm around celebrities. It's people always is smarter than you, have more money than you. If you judge it like that, you're gonna lose. But I know when I step into a room, I don't care where it is, globally, whatever it is that I have on, I'm going to be the best version of me, because that's just the way I feel. I dress for the occasion, brother. And I'm getting ready to do keynote speeches all around the world. Now you think about it. You think about it. When I do one of these Monday group calls, for me, it's like running a commercial for 2+ hours. I want you to think about what I just said. It's like running a commercial for 2 hours. When I was on my television show, I am getting publicity for a half an hour or an hour. Think about the FaceTime and the visibility and the marketing appeal and the sound bites that can come from one of these Q&A calls. You think it would help? You think it would help? You think it would help if I'm dressed like a keynote speaker while I'm producing content? Bro, you got to know how to work smart. So if I'm producing content all day long, I want meeting planners. Remember, they're going to place you where they see you. What does this remind you of? Does it look like I'm getting ready to go speak at what? An awards banquet, a celebrity event? Yeah. Something like that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Remember, they're going to place you where they see you. I want them to place me on big stages dressed like this. So then I produce content like that. I didn't create this. I didn't create this, but I damn sure follow what's supposed to be done in this new era, a new media era that we're in with digital marketing. You have got to understand how to work smart. So however you want to present yourself, I suggest you start presenting that person to the conference coordinator.
Yeah.
The best you, Rafa, is all I want. That's going to be acceptable. What's your question, boss?
Let me just say, that's real. That's why I'm sitting here taking notes, and that's how I'll move forward, all right? But here we go. Here's the questions, man. I need to channel this fire that you got right now and get myself a little guidance for the next couple of weeks. I want to tell you exactly where I'm at and just get your guidance for the next steps. So I'm at the point where I'm in the process of completing the speaker info kit, and that's being done throughout this week. And as I've gone through the course, I've gone through about 3 of the modules, just watching the videos and intaking information. And I know as we've been talking these last couple of months, the main focuses are the speaker info kit, the website, and then the speaker video demo, right? Well, I found myself in a place where I look back at the first module and I'm like, holy shit, there's a few, I think there's a few sheets I missed, like the executive brief, the speaker one sheet, and just, I think that's part of the speaker toolkit, but a couple of little sheets. Now I wanted to ask you, is it best to, and I'm not trying to skip steps, but is it best to look at those and then do those as well? Like make a version for ourselves of one of those, like how to engage Roth and things like that? Or should we focus on the big tasks? Like, would my next step be the speaker video demo instead of doing those little fill-ins? What do you suggest?
Great question. Okay, so I would focus on the big task first, which is the entire build out of the speaker info kit. I would focus on finishing up your speaker video demo. Rafa, obviously you're in fitness, so you want to be able to illustrate some things of you in fitness attire. That is very acceptable for your brand. Let them see you in your natural state. And then also get some stuff in there with a suit on as well. A lot of, and I suggest this to younger speakers all the time. You know, if everybody thinks that they can throw a baseball cap on with a t-shirt like Tony Robbins can, or Gary Vaynerchuk, and go on stage and make $250,000+ for a keynote, you are mistaken. Your average speaker needs to look as professional as possible. And I don't care what industry you're in. So Rafa, just give them a professional look. You can give a suit and tie look, or you can do a business casual look.
Okay.
And then you can put your fitness gear in there and mix it up when you're doing your speaker video demo. It doesn't have to just be suits all the time. But I'm telling you that you are at a huge, these corporations don't want to hear, I'm going to show up with some jeans and a t-shirt on. They don't. Sometimes they do. They will have, this is the reason why you have your pre-programmed questionnaire. Because they will sometimes in the pre-programmed questionnaire, some of my clients would literally, this is exactly what they say to me. They say, KTR, I know that you're very stylish. Can you just please wear like some jeans and a polo shirt? Okay, no problem. I always have some khakis or jeans if they want me to wear it, but I'm always gonna wear a logo shirt with my brand on it. I can dress down, that's not a problem. Okay. If it's a retreat or if it's something where they feel like I'm gonna be too domineering, they don't want me to wear a suit because, hey, you know, we're dealing with the people on the floor at the manufacturing plant. I've had to do trainings like that before, right there on the floor.
Okay.
So then I want to be able to relate to them. Obviously, you can relate to people more if you have on, you know, khakis and a polo shirt or whatever. But let me tell you something. These business executives, they're suited up, bro. And the people that I serve, all of them are business professionals. Business professionals require business attire, period.
Okay, good. I needed to hear that. So thank you. And I have a question for you now that you've told me a little bit more about the video, because I was wondering between the mix of like the athletic gear and then the suits, but I cleared on that. However, when I go into kind of like that athletic phase, right? And I'm speaking from that space. Okay. I've created videos where, you know, it's shortly after a run or mid-workout where clearly I'm a little more high energy, maybe a bit more animated and a little more enthusiastic, I guess you could say. Yeah. Would you recommend kind of taking that approach or sitting in the fitness gear and making maybe more of a poised and professional, but still in the fitness gear? Like what would you say would probably, from what you've seen me, be a better kind of go at it?
Yeah, I'd say you should shoot it documentary style. Remember the last 2 videos that you sent me and I gave you some critiques on? I mean, it was real simple, bro. You were in some workout gear. You just were speaking from the heart and telling your story. I suggest you have some clips of you speaking like that, or even with you working out. And I did it in my new speaker video demo. I went to Gold's Gym. I hit the bag. You know, my editor has the music when I'm throwing right hooks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Boom, The music sounds like thunder every time I'm throwing a punch. I mean, he hooked it up, bro. And you know, and this was like 20 pounds ago, right? So I just went in and shot some stuff, and you know, it just worked out. So again, utilize every piece of what you're going to show the meeting planner, and illustrate everything about your brand. And that's cool if you want to do some things running. While you're running, just make sure that the stuff that you're talking about is coming from your signature programs and that it has value to the meeting planner. Then let me go to the second part of your question, because I don't want to forget that. You asked me about the executive brief and the speaker one sheet. Maybe that you saw the publicity one sheet in there as well. All those are just bonus documents in there. In other words, you can use it or not use it. There's some of the students that they build out every single piece of it. I believe Alex took different versions of the other documents that were floating around in there. And he, you know, built out some things for Trevor because he, you know, he understands graphics and new media and all that kind of stuff. And he did an amazing job at really building a higher bred version of what even I had in there. What I have in there is a baseline. Those are documents that I've had to use. The executive brief is if I'm speaking to executive teams. The HR director or the meeting planner just may want to see a one-sheeter. Okay, KTR, can you just send me something real simple of a program that you might have for our executives? Oh, sure, I'll send you over the executive brief. Boom.
Okay, I see.
Any document that they need, you don't need the executive brief every single time. You can just use the speaker one sheet. Now remember, inside of your speaker info kit, the very top page doubles as the speaker one sheet.
Right.
But you should build everything out first and then double back and get those little documents. Anything that you're going to design, send it over to us and let us approve it. Just stay on topic, stay on track, and just be true to yourself. Rafa, you've been doing a great job of that. And I believe that you putting your best foot forward. Rafa, one of the mistakes that speakers make, and I'm going to wrap up that point unless you have another question. One of the biggest mistakes I see speakers make is that they try to quote too many other speakers, and they try to emulate what they see other speakers do. Instead of just trying to be the best version of themselves that they want to be, you can tell that they're reaching and they're not comfortable. All of that kind of stuff comes through. Your transparency, your vulnerability, your authenticity, the way you move as a trainer, the integrity that you have as a man, as a father, as a husband, bro, that's the Rafa that they need to see, because that's the one that's going to make the money. That's the one that serves people every single day. See, there's money in serving. You're going to turn yourself into a millionaire. All you got to do is just keep serving people, because you got the kind of charisma and personality that can get it done. And you understand the space, and you got to move through this space like you got to act like you know. Right. You got to act like you've been there. And you know what that is? That's just being authentic. Brother, it's a lot of other trainers out here. They're all pumped up, vain, arrogant, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I can tell when people want to make money, and I can tell when people really genuinely want to help people. And I'm telling you, the speakers are going to get the lion's share of the revenue in this new era of speaker are going to be the ones that serve other people, because let me tell you something, all the fraudulent shit is over. All the standing behind jet airplanes and fancy cars and all of this stuff, man, people are smart. People are beat down. Rafa, they're tired. They need Rafa Escobar to come in with his signature programs, dripping with authenticity. That's what's going to reign supreme. Mark my words. Don't forget I told you that.
Right. You got chills running down my spine. Thank you. I just want to throw one quick shout out, because the reason why I did bring up the question about those individual seats is because I've been working with Alex a bit, and this dude is a genius. And yet again, I want to thank you for putting together this platform, because it's just been great collaborating with him and just getting through this program. So I'm going to work on that speaker info kit and start getting down on this video. So thank you so much, bro. Keep shining in that jacket. All right.
No doubt. Yeah. Hey, wait till you see the next 50 jackets that I'm going to roll out in 2022.
Can't wait, bro. I'm with you.
This is a precursor for what it's going to look like.
Watch out.
All right, Rafa.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Kiss the baby for me, all right?
I got you.
All right. Talk to you. Okay, let's see. We got Roger, talk to me.
KTR, this is RAP. And I got to say one thing.
What's up, brother?
One thing. I'm going to age myself on this one. Liberace ain't got nothing on you.
Hey, I know exactly who Liberace is. Liberace was, hey, look, I take that as a compliment. Liberace's jackets used to shine. Man, his style was amazing.
Yes, his style was better than his content. All right, look, this program is awesome. I felt stupid for the last week and a half because I couldn't get my message in my head. And then it became so obvious to me because I woke up with it. And I woke up with it yesterday morning. And if you had a Q&A yesterday, I would have called it in yesterday. I just want to run it by you. I'm going to go through all the steps that you suggested I do. And I don't feel that stupid anymore because I realize this is serious business.
Yes.
And my message, and this is the message. This is what I intended to do when I wrote the book and started speaking about this. Now, here's how I'll put it down. I help your employees/students improve relationships with a better understanding of the history of people of color in a diverse environment.
Roger, that's it right there, brother. You see, that's written in third person. What did I tell you? What did you see in the note? See, I want everybody to just listen to this for a second. Roger sent me over the first draft of his ideas when he filled out the messaging formula. He downloaded the signature program worksheet template and he sent it over to me. So then I sent back to him what I needed him to do. I needed, his bullets were great. Obviously, Roger is a subject matter expert when it comes to Haiti. His knowledge base is insane. He is very, very talented when it comes to his oratorical skills and his presentation of the subject matter. So I know he knows what he's talking about, but he didn't have it written the way it need to be written. So he didn't have the bullets where it had the value was written in the first person, not the third person. That's a minor correction as you heard what he just did. And then now, Roger, the opening paragraphs and the rest of the bullets need to be written just like that. When I tell you, you got it, that's what I need you to do throughout the rest of the template and then send it over to me. You see the difference?
Yes, I do. What bugs me, it was so obvious because it was what I intended to do, but I just couldn't put it in words.
You're right. Exactly. No, you know what, Roger? It's the formatting. See, this is what makes this system so amazing. It took me 7.5 years to learn how to write copy where it would work for the meeting planner or the conference coordinator. It took me 7.5 years to realize it. It took me 7.5 years to understand that copywriting was your #1 skill. It took me 7.5 years to know what a real signature program was. See, this is what professional speakers understand that motivational and inspirational speakers oftentimes do not. They have the skill, but they don't have the skill of copywriting. You are a great writer and you know your subject backwards and forwards. And now you have the actual copywriting formula and you followed it. And now listen to how different that sounds. If I'm a meeting planner, Roger, I want you to read that back to me again. I'm not listening to this like KTR, the world's #1 speaker coach on the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing. I am listening to this like I want to pay you $5,000+ for 1 hour to come in and speak to my audience about that subject matter. So read it back to me again, because I'm listening to ears and I'm listening for value. Read it again, please.
I'll help your employees or students improve relationships with a better understanding of the history of people of color in a diverse environment.
Okay. Now I want you to get real specific, because when you say employees and students in the same sentence, that's talking to two different target markets.
I said slash. I would say slash. In one sentence, it would be students. In another, to another party, it'd be students.
Okay, cool. Now, just so we're on the same page, you could very well be hired to come speak at a college. If I were you, I would definitely speak to colleges who need education in this particular area, which is going to be all of them, because most people have no idea about all these little sound bites and these power phrases that you're capable of delivering about Haiti and its history. Now, but make sure that if you're speaking to the corporate and association market, obviously you're going to use employees, corporate team, executive. The language is so important, and you could split that and you can go with students as well. It just all depends. Never be afraid to switch up the marketing language, but always stay home and stick to your subject matter expertise. Roger, you are going to make so much more money by always talking about Haiti and bringing awareness to it and talking about your book and all of the national interviews that you've done. And you're going to make more money doing that than if you jump all around. Now, I told you to develop that into basically a leadership topic, because that's what you're doing. You're leading the way to helping people understand a better way of life and how much pain and history of Haiti and its beautiful culture. Stay on the track, brother, and keep doing what you're doing. You got any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Roger, I love it when the light bulb goes off. You're very welcome. I'm gonna disable Roger's talking. I'm gonna go to the next person. But listen, when all of you, when it's written in a beautiful manner, not only do I get excited, because the reason why I get excited is because I know what the meeting planner is going to say when they read it. I know how they're going to be thinking. Sellable and bookable marketing language. Powerful headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions. Excuse me. Roger, I love to see the growth. I absolutely love it. Okay, BJ, you're up next. You're live with KTR. BJ, what's going on, bro?
Hey, KTR, how's it going, man? I'm glad to see you doing well, looking good.
Appreciate it,
all those
sir.
Good things. I actually sent you a signature program, but I didn't get a response. You responded to the bio. I know I have to flesh that out, but I sent you a signature program just to see if I was on the right track. So I
did, BJ. BJ, I apologize. I responded to that over the weekend. Excuse me. I cleaned out all the support tickets. I sent you the bio, and I gave you the feedback. I told you that you were on track. Your signature programs. You sent me a sound bite or a little sample, and I told you were going down the right path. Please fill out the entire template and then submit it over so I can give you some more feedback.
Okay,
I
well,
feel like your talking points were well illustrated, and I believe I put some other feedback in there as well. If you don't see it, then resend it to support@speakerfocus.com and I'll answer it tonight. I already have my answer in the system, so all I got to do is just resend it.
Okay, I did resend it, but let me just run this by you because I have a presentation tomorrow.
Sure, no problem.
And I want to make sure I'm on the right track.
What's your topic? Is this for your MBA program, or is this for?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
My 4 signature programs are justice-based leadership, justice-based management, justice-based inclusion, and justice-based outreach.
I love it. I love the fact that all your signature programs are justice-based. That's your brand. That's your ideology. That's your approach. That's where you're going to make all the money. That's how you're going to separate yourself away from every other speaker, literally, on planet Earth. You have created market differentiation just by the way you think. And that is the biggest thing that I have. That's the biggest challenge that I have to help students overcome. And you already had that before you even joined the coaching program. So I love it. Continue.
No, I didn't have it. You instilled it in me. That's what happened. You have to take the credit. You instilled it. But here's the difference. Let me just briefly go over them.
Okay.
Justice-based leadership are programs designed to help leaders influence, motivate, and set guiding principles to achieve organizational success. Justice-based management are programs designed to improve performance and production. Justice-based inclusion are programs designed to increase diversity and profitability. Justice-based outreach are programs designed to actively recruit and increase access to deserving individuals. Am I on the right track?
Yes, you're on the right track. Go back to the first signature program and take out the word motivate. I don't like using the word motivate or inspire in any other marketing language. We don't want to sound saucy, drippy, salesy, like we're going to fluff anybody up.
Got it.
We're here to get results. We're here to cure deficiencies, limitations, move the meter, increase productivity, efficiency, time management, organizational skills. Those kind of buzzwords right there are the things that conference coordinators love. I like the way that you're opening up all of those things. I love the way you're describing them. Go back to the one about inclusion-based leadership. Is that what you have?
Yeah, justice-based inclusion are programs designed to increase diversity.
You had the word profitability. I don't like the word profitability in there.
Okay.
Because what does profitability have to do with diversity inclusion? I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Let me explain. I'll give you a classic example.
Well, you shouldn't have to explain it, is what I'm saying. It should be explained in the bullet.
Oh, okay. So you're saying,
and when you say profitability, what are we talking about? Making more money?
Yes.
That is not the word that these corporations want to hear. I cannot make more money unless my team is fixed. They're broken right now. That's been the problem for years. They've been focusing on money and profitability, but nobody's focusing on, let me tell you something. Yeah, okay. Now, if you're talking about increasing profitability for more people who haven't been getting opportunities, then I say leave it in there.
Right. Exactly.
But remember, the book, BJ, and the reason why I'm telling you, I love the way it's written, but when you leave the word out there, profitability, all by itself, it leaves me wondering. The bullet shouldn't leave me wondering. The bullet should always be descriptive and tell me exactly what I'm going to get. If I'm a meeting planner, if you keep doing that over and over and over and over again, value, 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 and more value, they're going to be like, we want him, without you saying one word. Your signature.
Okay, how about this then?
Talking for you. Okay.
Justice-based inclusion are programs designed to increase diversity and help managers appreciate the value of inclusion.
There you go. Now that works right there. Appreciate the value of inclusion. Sound bites and power phrases, brother. You're very gifted at this, BJ. I told you this on the very first call before we onboarded you. Did I not?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why you're going to be a high fee speaker, because all you got to do is follow the system. You're very gifted with putting together beautiful word sequences. Stick to the program. Now fill out the entire template, whatever notes that I gave you in the bio. Now convert the bio into full paragraphs. Send it back over to me so you can get on the other side of all of your signature programs. You're going to be ready to move on to start going into module 2 to work on your sales tools. There's no reason why you can't get those done by the end of the year and be getting ready to start doing outreach at the top of the year. There's no reason why you can't do that.
Yeah. I think I'll definitely be there. This week is going to be tough. As you know, I have this last week of what I have to do. But let me just run this by you real quick. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Go ahead, brother.
Now,
I got all night long. I got all night.
I was looking at the competition, right?
Okay.
And one of the things that I noticed about the competition was one of the things that you said, they're too wordy. But when it comes to social justice, they're too general, in my opinion, and not policy focused. I mean, is that just my perspective, or do you see the same thing?
Well, I can tell you this, because I pay attention to everything, because I get a chance to work with so many different subject matter experts. So first of all, you don't have any competition with the way you're putting together your word sequences when it comes to that particular topic. All right. You're going to have some people out there that are very good at speaking about diversity, inclusion, and social justice issues. Yes. However, brand wise, you don't even need to be, bro. You're creating a class all by yourself. You don't need to be worrying about what everybody else is doing. You need to put together your programs, and eventually they're going to have to be concerned about what you're doing.
I agree. But tomorrow when I present, they told me I have to look at the opposition. So I have to have something for them.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so the baseline of what you said, now go back again from your observations of the competition. Go back.
I thought they were too wordy. They weren't policy focused. They weren't policy specific, and they were too general. For example, what you just said, they'll talk about human rights or social justice, but not with specific policy ideas that I'm going to generate.
Okay, now, so what is it that you're supposed to show your professor tomorrow of your discoveries?
I just have to show them some of the weaknesses of the competition and the strengths of the competition.
Okay. And are you supposed to show them how your methodology or ideology differentiate from the competition?
Yeah. You and I we got that.
This is, hey, BJ, this is where you're going to win, brother. We're not even worried about that. Yeah. Listen, when you stick to what you just told me, they're going to clearly see I call it market differentiation. It's a separation away from the competition. BJ, in your market space, you have exactly what I have. It's called the slight edge advantage. There's a lot of other speaker coaches out there, but it's only one Kevin T. Robertson, and they all know it. Now, I'm not here to put them down or make them look bad. They just do what they do, which is weak, vague, outdated, lame, half-assed. And then I do what I do, which is serve people to the maximum every single day. And it just works for me. I know who I am. And that's why I speak so freely and I'm confident in myself. When you get to the level of like that, you understand who your brand is, and then you know how to operate within all these different kinds of space, and you understand how to present yourself, and you feel confident about it, and that's going to come through. And I feel like what you just presented to me, you should definitely point out all of your discoveries and your observations, and then let them know these are the great things that they've done. But I really feel like what they also are doing is, and what this doesn't do for society is, but now then we're going to talk about, I have a different approach. Not like you're knocking the competition, but my approach and my vision is, and then you lay out all of your discoveries and you lay out the facts about what you want to speak about, and you're going to blow them away. You have any other questions?
Outstanding. Much appreciated. Thanks again, man. All the best.
BJ, talk to you real soon. I want to know how you did after you presented that as well. That is beautifully written, brother. Beautifully written. Yes, sir.
Okay, now.
Uh-huh. Alex, you're up next. And then anybody else that has any other questions, I'll be more than happy to get right to them. Alex Bryant, talk to me, brother.
Hey, KTR. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I just want to thanks for the shout outs as well. And your sparkly jacket is really on fire. My question is just a thank you for helping me out with that support ticket that I have. Yeah, it's just going to be a lot of vetting process. Like it's going to take a while. So
with the opening email, with the follow-up email that I helped you out with. Yes, anytime, bro. Anytime.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, and I have a follow-up strategy call with the conference has like multiple locations. Like the one was through like Atlanta, Florida, New York. And I'll let you know how that goes after tomorrow.
Yes. Please do. And remember the verbiage that I put in the email.
Yeah.
You were not that, you weren't that far off. I love your ideology, your approach, but keep in mind that even when you do it high level, Alex, and you're used to doing things at a higher level than your average speaker, because Trevor is not an average speaker. He does have a celebrity big brand. I want you to think about that when you talk to coordinators who book speakers at that level. When they're booking speakers at that level, the reason why I modified the verbiage the way I did is because speakers don't typically come at them like that. They don't come at them with value of how they can partner. See, this is what this is about. I told you, when I'm having all these meetings with, I don't care if it's with a celebrity event organizer or if it's with a corporate event organizer, I'm talking to speakers and subject matter experts and consultants and coaches. I talk to people to get booked every single day, and not only with our students, but I'm heavily integrated globally, and I know what's going on out here. It's the same conversations. Kevin, we're looking for people to create partnerships. Now, a lot of times I'm the one that has to put the idea of partnership in their head. This is how you should be managing your situation with speakers. People call me for advice all the time. They send me emails all the time. Hey, KTR, what do you think we should do about this? I'm like, hey, you want a speaker that's going to be in partnership with you. Because when it goes bad, partners don't bail on each other. Because in the situation that we're in right now, it takes real skill. And the more you serve, Alex, the more you figure out a way to help them relieve that stress. And you literally are giving them ideas to put their event together. That's going to be the speaker that's going to win that business and get that event. Mark my words. And that's the reason why I changed the verbiage. You see how the way you had it written before, and then the way I wrote it, you see how it felt. How did it feel? Let me ask you this. Don't tell me what it made you think. How did it make you feel when you read it?
Just more relieved. And it was more simple. And, I think mine was too, like, mine would have been like the second email, not the first email. You know what I'm saying? More of like the follow-up of like, okay, this is how we can negotiate and here's the ideas and stuff. Yours is like, okay, here's the initial conversation. So it's not like overwhelming to them, especially like they get approached by speakers all the time. So
especially on that level. Those premium gigs that people are getting, those $5,000, $7,500, those $10,000 checks. Let me tell you something. The competition is fierce at that level. You have to earn that business. But that's why a speaker can do so well if you just play your cards right and you use the type of language that serves the meeting planner versus being pushy and asking, can we just jump right into talking about speaking? We're going to eventually get to that anyway. What I care about is what kind of pain that they're going through. See, another reason why I do that too, Alex, is I need to understand the dynamics of the event. I need to understand the dynamics of how the meeting planner, what kind of mental state is the meeting planner in? No one cares. This is the problem. We're too selfish. No one cares about the meeting planner. They're broken too. They have deficiencies, limitations. They have a massive amount of stress that they're dealing with, yet no one is throwing them a life raft at the very moment when they need it. So your marketing language has got to speak to them. You got to make them feel a certain way if you want them to constantly have the communication open, stay interactive, keep them close to you, stay engaged, offer the value. Hey, whatever it is that we do, let them know I deal with meeting planners like this every single day. And our services, this is what we're in. You want to use verbiage like that. This is what we deal with in the world of leadership development. We're all in it together. Partnerships, Alex. Partnerships is going to make you more money than serving other people. You got it?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Keep the lines of communication open. You're very welcome. Let me know what's happening. You got great things happening. Tell me too what your, send me an email and let me know what your year-end goals look like and what quarter one is going to look like for 2022. If I can help you guys out in any way possible, just let me know.
Okay, yeah, I will for sure, definitely.
I'm going to be out there in Austin, so we all going to get a face-to-face before the end of the year is out anyway. But I still want to help out as much as I can. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, let me know. Earlier the better, because I know Troy right now he's back to back speaking today. In San Antonio, so he's doing that, and I know Woody's with him doing that with him, so I can take care of the other speaking and other business stuff. So
no problem. Oh, his tour date that you booked him it was at San Antonio? That's today.
Yeah, it's today. So he flew in on Halloween. He's doing 2 presentations. Like today, he did 2 today, 2 tomorrow, 3 Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 3 on Friday, and then he flies out back to Hawaii on Saturday.
I love it. You booked him for a multi-day program. Way to go!
I did, and then press is in between. So exclusive came out today. He's doing a Zoom line 2 other days, and then he's got another article that's going out. So yeah, keeping him busy.
That's what's up. Hey, keep me posted. Let me see some of the stuff that, some of the media stuff that he's doing. Send me some links or whatever, whenever you can, and keep me in the loop, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'll add that to the email too.
All right, man. Talk to you real soon.
You too.
Results, ladies and gentlemen, is what this program is all about. Now, let me see. I love that. That's a great point that Brian said. Every statement you make creates an objection. We want our messaging to convey value and solutions, not objection. Exactly. Listen, if you can take care of handling objections as long as you take care of the objections, typically through the pre-selling of your professional speaking services. They're going to have less questions and less objections if your messaging is strong enough and your sales tools are put together the right way. I rarely get people to ask me a bunch of questions. If they do, I'm more than happy to answer them on the follow-up call. That's why I break it up into two sections. Unless the person sees the value, like many students do, they've already looked at the speaker focused demonstration video. They've already clicked on every link possible. They know exactly what's going on. who I am, what I do, how long I've been doing it, and they're just ready to go. But most people do need a few days to think about it, consume the information, whether or not they viewed it before the call or not. And then when they see the value in the links that you send them, then it helps make their decision. And these are all things that are like, you don't get defensive when somebody has an objection, because what you're really seeing, you're really figuring out whether or not your professional speaking services is going to be a good fit for that particular meeting planner. And not every speaker is a good fit for that event. And not every event is a good fit for the speaker. You've got to be able to understand these things. In a world where we are always trying to force and do a lot of pushing, then you've got to understand that you don't have to do that. And when you have leverage, I can always tell when people don't have any leverage because they push. See, you're holding on to that one lead or those two leads, or somebody promised you some speaking engagement over here that probably doesn't exist because they probably didn't have a budget, they didn't offer you a date, and they didn't have a venue, whether or not it was virtual or in person. And that's what happens. People are in broke, begging, and desperation mode, and they start, what's the word I'm looking for? They are in scarcity mindset. When you are great at lead flow and lead generation, and you have a nice flow of leads, you don't have to sit back and worry about whether or not somebody's going to make a decision or not. I tell people every single day, I don't give a damn whether or not you do this or you don't do it. You know why? Because I got options. I got 300 people a day that want to schedule a call with me for me to be their speaker coach, because I'm the only person in this space who talks like this, who has the knowledge and the skill set to give you, I'm talking the unadulterated truth. Why? Because I just not afraid to do it? Because I got the balls of guts enough to do it? No, because I care, because I give a damn about your success. Now, that's not something that you can just say. You got to be able to illustrate that. Now, if you're not capable of doing that, then you're going to be found out. Trust me, there's no other feeling in the world like not being prepared to deliver your keynote speech or your half-day or full-day program to an audience who is waiting on what you have to offer. What, you don't think I never bombed on the stage before? You think I don't know what it feels like to not give a damn about the meeting planner? Go in there doing what I want to do versus listening to their needs and their pain points first? See, I'm the only one in my industry that keeps telling people, stay away from motivational, inspirational speaking. From a marketing perspective, do not market yourself like that. You're just going to get lost in the shuffle like 80% of the YouTubers. Are you going to be motivational or inspirational when you deliver the message? Yes. But how are you going to be able to deliver the message and get on that stage if you don't get the ear of the meeting planner or conference coordinator first? See, a lot of you are going wrong because you want to get to the target audience. Well, the gatekeeper, meeting planner, conference coordinator, chair, board, or committee member, they are not going to give you the key to unlock the gate to put you in front of the audience because your messaging is too selfish. And they know it. The fluffy, hypey era of motivational, inspirational speaker is over. Forget about it. These meeting planners have had it up to their eyeballs with all of that stuff. I'm the only speaker coach in the marketplace that's hard, dead set against it. I promote professional speaking. It's a different kind of speaker. I'm a different kind of animal. And you got to be a different kind of animal. And under the umbrella of professional speaker, you and everything you do with your messaging should be in alignment with a specialist, subject matter expert, leading authority, and a trusted advisor. Those are the speakers that earn the lion's share of the revenue. That's why I earn $50K USD for 1 hour, and many other speakers don't, because I built a brand. I'm teaching you how to build a brand. Rafael Escobar, you are a brand, brother. Alex Bryant, you're a brand. Trevor Romaine is a brand. That's why they're successful. See, build a brand, have more leverage. Am I making sense? Kenneth Morton, you're a brand. Brand is ideology. It's an approach. You are the brand and your brand is you. Angie McDonald. Yes, Coach Angie is a brand. See, you're already a brand coming into the coaching program. Once you're a brand, people identify with brand. They connect. It's called brand loyalty. Why do you think that you keep purchasing the same products over and over again? I don't care if it's aftershave, if it's body gel, if it's toiletries, whatever you purchase, they have your debit card on file. They know that you're going to buy it before you even buy it. Consumer behavior is what you should be studying. Meeting planner behavior is all I give a damn about. And my role in your life is to make sure that you have signature programs that connect with these conference coordinators and these meeting planners, and that you take it serious. Because when you're flat on your back, and when you fall on your ass or you fall down and you bust your head on the concrete because you didn't listen to me, because when you were headstrong and you wanted to do it your way, you're going to immediately see. The thing about the speaking industry is you're going to know immediately whether or not your strategies work or not. And this is the reason why I am so intense when it comes to putting together the messaging, because I know you don't even know it right now, but I do. I know that when you build this messaging, brand, when you build brand, that brand is now going to be inserted into the marketplace. It is going to be inserted with the rest of the brands jockeying for position. How does your brand rise above the best? The ones that have the better products and better level of service are the ones that make the most money. Everybody else is down at the bottom just existing. That is not why we were designed. The universe created us. We are uniquely and specifically designed and hardwired to be different. You got to listen to me. Why do you think that new artists break out every single year? A new singer, whether or not it's country, doesn't matter, rap, R&B. You have one or two new singers that break out every single year. They have a very unique, distinct sound. Now, I know a lot of old school people are thinking, well, everybody sounds alike. Well, there's something about their brand that's unique. It may be their hair. It may be their fashion. It may be the way they sing or rap or dance or walk or talk. There's a rapper, I can't remember what his name is, but I study trends. I also study pop culture. I can't remember the rapper. He has Bell's palsy and his mouth is moved over to the left or the right. He is a rapper, and it makes his look is so distinct in that industry. He actually makes it work for him instead of against. These are all things that are super important when you're building a brand. Like, first of all, you got to know who you are. And whoever you are, I suggest you be trying to show people the very best of who that is every single day. I do. I do what I feel. I'm a very passionate and emotional person. It's like control fury. That's why you see one or two new brands in the marketplace break through every single year. You know why? Because their service or their product is very unique. It's very different. Or they discover not how to reinvent the wheel, but they develop a different approach. In a world of coaches, I stand head and shoulders above the rest because I'm myself. They can't do what I do because they're not me. Just like I can't do what they do because I'm not them. Now, when you really get down to the brass tacks of it all, did I go out of my way to design a different curriculum? Yes. Because I looked at I literally know what everybody else's curriculum is in the marketplace. And I went out of my way to make sure that my curriculum was different. I said, okay, that's some bullshit. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not really teaching me anything in here. Well, what do you really need that for? Well, I tell you what's missing. Then I'm going to tell you my way of doing it. I'm going to tell you the way I have been effective with connecting with more than 1 million people in my audiences over the last 30, almost 36 years. I found a better way to present a product. I over-deliver in my space and deliver service in a different way, unlike anyone else in this space. That is the reason why we run a multi-million-dollar sales funnel. Nothing more, nothing less. Do I feel like I'm special? Damn right I do. Do I have supreme confidence? Yep, sure do. Do I believe in myself? Absolutely. Because I know what I'm talking about. I deal with facts. Now, if you're going to do the same exact thing, I suggest you be thinking about building a brand. It's not like I'm asking you to go out and get some building materials and build a building and stick a sign on the front of it and, oh, now I got a brand. No, you're the brand. You are the brand. Learn to love it and get used to it. You live with yourself every single day. I suggest you be thinking about whatever it is you need to do for the next 60 days. And before you say Happy New Year, limit your alcohol intake and focus on what I'm telling you to do to take over in 2022. I'm not in competition with any of you. I just want to see you win. If anybody else has any questions, we're going to wrap up the Monday Q&A call. But I tell you this, again, I didn't come to participate. I came to dominate. And that needs to be your mindset. It's so easy to do it in your niche. Speakers are so concerned all the time about what other speakers are doing. I hear speakers quoting other speakers all the time. I don't quote anybody. I got a couple of quotes that I use every once in a while. I am the person who I want them to quote. I have my own vernacular. I have my own word sequences. I have my own verbiage. I have my own ways in which I say things. I want the audience to take notes from my mindset, my experience, not going quote for quote for quote for quote. I see speakers do this all the time. It literally disgusts me to my stomach. What I'm thinking to myself is, do you have any original thoughts of your own? Now, an occasional quote to make a point is cool, but they want to know about your training system. They want to know about your ideology, your approach. They want to know how you can help them grow. They want to know what kind of strategies you're going to teach them. They want action steps. What's the foundational pillars to how you've been able to put together your success? Again, they want their chance and opportunity to be successful just like you. So it's all about giving them the how-tos and not the whats. There's a lot of speakers that's telling you what to do, but very few can tell you how to do it. That's because they're selfish. They're so absorbed with what they're all about instead of getting in the mindset of the meeting planner. I suggest you start reading every article you can on meeting planners and conference coordinators, because it's going to help you when you're building your signature programs. Other than that, I'll keep being here for you, leading the way, giving you an example of what you should be doing on your social media. Because I go to a lot of your social media accounts, and you still aren't taking it serious enough. You still are not posting content that adds value to the meeting planner. Or if you're doing a short form and long form post, you should be doing like a little vignette. Tell a little story. If you want a clear example of what to do and how to do it, visit any of my social media pages. It's a strategy. You need to develop a strategy of how you are going to do nothing more or less than help the meeting planner do their job better, because you are not going to get permission to get in front of their audience unless you can get their attention. And the meeting planners that pay speakers at the high fee level, which is what we're helping you promote yourself as on this platform, those meeting planners know exactly what they are looking at. You're not fooling anybody. This is why I help you with the marketing language all the time. Your number one skill is not speaking, it's copywriting. Every single time you turn around, I got to send a message through text. I have to send a message through email. Oh, I have to let them look at the copy inside of my speaker info kit. They're going to read the copy on my website. They're going to read the copy that's well written for my bio. every single time you turn around, you have to write something. So every time you think that writing is not the thing that you should be focusing on, you're wrong. Period. Talking loud and saying nothing is not what's getting it done in the marketplace. 80% of the YouTubers are talking. Very few know how to speak. There is a difference. A meeting planner that has a check in their hand for $5,000 who books speakers on that level and higher, they know exactly what they're booking. You got to have skill to get a check for $5,000 in this industry. I can go get anybody to speak for $1,000. And for those of you who are getting bookings over and over again for the lower fees, you're accepting those fees because you're afraid to ask for more. It's easy. If I wanted to, I could do literally 500 engagements a year at $1,000 if I wanted to. It's not worth my time. Think about the opportunity cost. There is a certain amount that I have associated with my time. If I dropped $1,000 on the ground, $10,000 on the ground right now, it's not even worth my time to pick it up off the ground. So I have to make sure that when I give an hour worth of my time, let's break down $50,000. First of all, I've already given more value in the needs assessment or the discovery call for $50K before I even get on the plane. But let's just break it down into 5 sections of 10. The first call, I've given you value in the needs assessment of what I can bring. The pre-selling part, let's say that's worth $10,000. Let's just say the management of the engagement, that's another $10,000. Let's say the travel time that I'm in the air is another $10,000. And that still doesn't make up the proper amount of time, especially if I'm on an international flight. That's why I get paid double when I'm flying internationally. Let's say the other is going to be travel, setup, rest, preparation. If I'm doing an hour keynote speech, I need to prepare at least 3 times for 1 hour. If I'm doing a full day training, that is 24 hours worth of prep and practice prior to delivering an 8-hour training. See, you don't understand the kind of time that goes into this. And if you did, you would understand, damn, I'm not charging enough. Really? You're charging $1,000? You're charging $2,500? Really? And now you got to take out all your expenses out of $2,000? Maybe your take home is $1,200? I don't know. How long are you going to keep doing that? For you speakers out there who are booking these low fee gigs and you're doing a lot of them every single month. Trust me, it looked like you're doing your thing, but I know the kind of audiences you're in front of. You want to earn more money? Then get better. You don't want to earn more money? Develop better messaging. You want to earn more money? Get better at marketing. You want to earn more money? Get better at lead generation so you can start talking to conference coordinators who want to pay you the money. And then it's not going to be so much of a struggle to ask for that because they already know going in. Well, the meeting planners think about we already know Kevin is expensive. I remember the first time I heard the people talk about speakers are expensive was when I was back in high school, 1986. I never forget it. The committee, I wasn't on the committee. I just knew some people that were. But the committee was putting together. They were trying to select a speaker to come speak at our high school graduation. Now, we ended up getting the late, great newsman, Jim Vance. Jim Vance was very, very professional and adored here in the Washington, D.C. area. Now, we got Jim Vance, but who they wanted was Bill Cosby. And this was in the 80s when the Cosby Show was probably at the height of what it was. They couldn't afford Bill Cosby. And I think Cosby's keynote range back then was something crazy like 30 or 40 grand. They quickly got neutralized to realize that you needed a speaker. Not only was he local, but you needed to get realistic about the speaker that you can afford. Meeting planners already know when they call up the speaker what it's going to be. Like now, everybody is used to a high ticket coaching program. Everybody's used to $5, $10, $15, $20,000+ coaching programs. Fact of the matter is that there's a market who's always willing to pay for whatever fee you're willing to charge. But you've got to believe in it first. If you want to become a high fee speaker, I suggest you get serious about your messaging. Because if you don't get serious about your messaging, you're going to be in trouble. Because that is the one skill. If you don't listen to anything else that I tell you, that is the one skill that is going to allow you to make so much money in this industry. Because when you have the skill of writing, you could take it, you could take things out, you could add them in, you can customize your topics based upon the needs of the meeting planner and conference coordinator. I had speakers that told me when I was just learning how to customize, they told me, he said, man, you're crazy. You're doing too much work. I have one presentation that I deliver, and I deliver the same message everywhere. I said, don't people get boring listening to that? Isn't that boring? That's what I was thinking to myself. Because they don't care about the meeting planner. They're just going to go in and talk about what they want to talk about. See, I listen first. Then I go in and say, okay, well, based upon what you told me, these are the strategies that I would use. And I just so happen to have a training system called Focus-Based Learning Solutions. I have a signature program that I can create, customize it for your audience. It's called, and then I literally create a customized topic right there for them, right there while we're on the phone. Oh my God, Kevin, that sounds amazing. Yeah, because I'm listening to what it is that they said. And then I go in, I create the curriculum and the workbook and my entire message, keynote speech, half day, full day program, the whole 9 yards around every single pain point. And I go get the time-tested strategies that I know work for that particular organization or conference coordinator, and I bring in those strategies. That is why I'm winning, because I win with the meeting planner first. Then the meeting planner feels comfortable. They feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. They give up the money. I give up the services. They grant me permission to get in front of the audience so I can tell my story. This has been another edition of the Monday Group Call. I am Kevin T. Robertson. Come to learn to love it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm simply number one, the best you've ever seen in your entire life in this industry, because I adore you and I enjoy serving other people. I will see you right here, same time, same place next week to break down any and every question that you need answered about your speaker business. Get to work and finish your year strong. I love you.